This will be the last video you ever watch about how to grow on YouTube and blah blah blah
Optimize your
blah
SEO
blah
for
blah.
retention.
And spoiler alert, I won't be saying anything new. I won't be saying anything you haven't heard before. Because all of these guys you've been watching have already told you. I'm a film editing student soon to graduate with about 15 other students. We share basically the same theoretical knowledge, but believe me when I say there's a massive gap in the quality of the short films. And it is not because they don't study or they don't have the equipment. It's because they never get down, press record and create stuff. So you need to start creating. And to stop any excuses, I'm gonna give you a little cheat guide that you're going to write down and use next time you're gonna make a video. First, write down what your video is about, or talking points, or write a script. Organizing is the secret sauce for good content. It prevents burnout since you know what you want and what to film. It makes the process more fun since you take that constant thinking out of the equation. And it helps you realize things like, oh, this is not as catchy. Or one that happens often to me. What the hell did I try to say there? And yes, this can be employed for gaming videos too. Think, what do you want out of this video? I want entertaining, bizarre moments that happen when I play with friends. For example, what do you want your viewers to receive, to feel when they watch this video? I want people laughing and commenting timestamps of their favorite moments. Knowing what you want helps even in uncontrollable scenarios like gaming. We could make the comparison to documentaries since both don't have a traditional script where what's written it's going to happen. Documentary scripts are mostly what the creators expect to happen based on their investigation. Once you have your ideas and wishes written down, read them back to yourself out loud. And keep a neutral mindset as if you didn't know anything about the subject or the video. And yes, now that I think of it, this applies to video editing too. Also ask your friends or pass it through ChatGPT or some other AI for feedback. Watch your video in your mind. Write down any visuals, locations, effects, transitions, objects, and whatever else that comes to mind. This not only helps with your script, but it will also help with filming, since you know what kind of place you need, if you need to stand on a certain place, or do a certain movement for a cool transition, what props or objects you need to get, or if there's a certain look you want to achieve. Perhaps you have to think in the conditions you're gonna be filming in. A lavalier mic would come in handy here. Remember that every detail helps with selling your idea to your audience. I mean, would you take me as seriously if I didn't look like this? Third, try to film as much as you can before editing. That's why we did all our planning. It's better to stand up once than to be going around every time you need something. Burnout is very real. Although, this doesn't mean you shouldn't film if you already began editing. Many ideas actually come in the editing stage, and or you may realize that that great idea, that banger of an idea you had doesn't actually work. Give everything a try. Some of the best scenes in films actually come from improvised things, out of script, unexpected things, accidents even. So yeah, don't hurt yourself, but fourth, editing. First, trim down your footage to anything that's usable or possibly useful. You may think that this is less efficient than just doing it all in one go, but doing a rough cut and then adding all the ideas and details and stuff makes it actually less mentally demanding, since you have your basic structure down and ready. So once you have your rough cut, then you move on to polishing the cuts, adding the b-roll, the details, the memes, the transitions, the everything. Fifth, sound design. Sound design can level up anything, and I know you've heard this a billion times, but I'll make it a billion and one because it's truly that important. I mean, you'd probably rather watch this than listen to this. Subscribe! Also, I remembered that a teacher once told us, if I can recall this correctly, that pretty much everything on a film makes a sound. Now, my memory may not be the best, but I can assure you You should give a sound to everything that is important for the story of your video. 6th, don't rush the publishing of the video. Now your video is up, but don't hit publish. Here goes another important, very important checklist. Make sure your description is organized and it's not missing any links, information, or corrections. Analyze what's the best day and hour to publish your video. You can do research through Google. You can also check on your previous videos if you have any. And one of my personal tricks is to use the world clock to publish for the most amount of time zones possible in my language. I found that holding that publishing anxiety pays off more often than not. Also make a couple of thumbnails and again, send it to friends. Ask your family, your pets. Make sure everything is as ready as it can be.
Número 7.
Leave the stats alone for 3 days. I know you really want to check on those statistics, but try to hold on. You can check them every now and again, it's fine, and perhaps you can try one of those other titles or thumbnails that you have made if the CTR is looking a little low. I often come up with better ideas after publishing since all that desperation I had to publish, it's gone. But honestly, don't pay attention to the stats the first few days because any lack of views and so on will probably resolve on their own, like it's been happening to me. If it's your first couple of videos, remember that YouTube also has to learn who to recommend them to. They don't want you to fail because hosting your video costs money, so they want it to succeed so they can recoup the cost of hosting your video. And that's pretty much it for this video. Remember to like, subscribe. Wait, what? Oh, there's an extra tip? Wow! Amazing! So the extra tip is don't make very long outros. People nowadays are even not making any outros because often the retention drops because people don't have attention span to watch an outro, and they also already know the thing, you know, subscribe, comment, like, tell your parents you love them, go pet your pets, and drink water, you know, all that stuff. They already know it, so try to make your outros very short. That will help a lot with the retention. Don't do this. Perhaps you might need la concha de tu hermana.